Well, speaking of movies, the wait is finally over. 20 years after taking over Broadway, the movie version of Wicked hits theaters this week. Now, many fans, well, yeah, I roll the SOT.
Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid. It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.
A lot of folks will be seeing the movie tonight before it opens everywhere tomorrow. Yeah, go on your Fandango. You can get early tickets. Well, as we told you Monday, Falen and I got a chance. We were very lucky to see a sneak peek of the movie on Sunday. And Universal is finally letting us, taking the tape off of our mouths. We can finally tell you our review. But first, hey, Director Leo, let's go to Emerald City. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Magical. Magical.
Look at that. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. Look at the Emerald City.
She's lovely.
Ladies first.
Okay, so I'm not like a crazy mega fan like a lot of people are. I read the book years and years ago. I think I saw the Broadway musical over 10 years ago. So I didn't remember a ton about it. I loved, I'm not gonna give any spoilers, by the way, I would never do that. I think there's only like one surprise in the film. Other than that, I think-
It's a big one too.
It's a big one, but I think if you love the Broadway show, you're going to love this. It's just as colorful, just as beautiful as everyone says. I forget it's Ariana Grande. She is so good. She is comedic in a perfect way. Cynthia Erivo is so, I don't know, I didn't cry through the whole film like a lot of people did. There were a couple of scenes I did. The final scene, because it is a two-part movie, so it's a to be continued. The final scene, I don't think I took a breath or blinked one time. I just was like, I couldn't believe it, and it was just like the perfect ending that left me kind of breathless. It was so good. And it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. It did not feel that long. It went by very quickly, which was really nice.
I second basically all of your emotions. I probably loved it a little more, probably a lot more, because I love the Broadway show. I've seen it about 6 times.
Okay.
I will echo what you said. If you love the Broadway show, my gosh, is this a gift for you? You're just gonna love it. Let me talk about the performances like Falen did. These two, man, Ariana Grande, you know, it's very hard to make Glinda your own when she has followed so many great actresses, Megan Hilty, among others that have made it their own on Broadway. But Ariana manages to thread that needle. She adds her own Glinda-ness to Glinda, and it's phenomenal. Cynthia Erivo, give her all the flowers, give her all the poppies, give her whatever, because she is. The good thing about this movie is they expand on the story in a way that the Broadway musical, because of, like Aaron, we were talking about this yesterday, the Broadway show has to move quickly. This gives more emotion. It makes you feel things deeper because, it's a different art form. They can breathe a little bit more. That right here. Finally, let me briefly comment on the director. Anyone that has seen the Broadway musical knows that the Broadway musical Act 1 ends before you go pee and get your drink. It ends with Defying Gravity. The magic of that moment is the fact that on stage, Elphaba flies. She takes flight. And you are like, oh my goodness, it's a magical moment. But how do you make someone flying cinematically exciting? It's not exciting to us anymore since Richard Donner did it with Christopher Reeve and Superman. John Chu managed to make the finale something, I'll take your word, you will be breathless. I was like this, and Colin was next to me. You couldn't breathe. And this is such an overused cliche. I had goosebumps everywhere because there is a moment where John stops the action and the song, and then she says something, and then she shoots up. And her cape is flowing, and she does that final note. I'm getting goosies thinking about it. It is so powerful, and you're like, girl, she's mad. Like, she's real mad.
Yeah. Yes.
Elphaba is mad. ad, and you will walk out of the theater exhausted just from that scene.
Yes, and I will say they said that they sing live during this. They absolutely do. You can tell they are actually singing live.
Yeah.
Which adds to it. And if you, with you saying there's time to breathe because it's a movie, it's true. So it's not like 24/7 singing. There's actual dialogue and different things happening, and I feel like there's space between the songs. So if you don't love and you aren't obsessed with musicals, it's definitely a musical, but it's not like constant song.
And the production design, stunningly beautiful.
Yeah.
Stunningly beautiful. It's just a good old-fashioned big Hollywood movie with real sets and great effects. Wicked soars. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody.